Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri is one of the best theme parks in the whole world. I think this is the best park in the world outside Disneyland and Tokyo Disneyland, which is high praise. That is how special Silver Dollar City is. The park excels in almost every area, whether it be the rides, theming, or customer service. So in this video, I will review Silver Dollar City, touching on the park's history and providing an overview of everything the park has to offer. And spoiler alert, it's a lot. Silver Dollar City as we know it opened in 1960, but the park's history stretches all the way back to the 16th century. The site of the park is home to Marvel Cave, a 500-foot or 152-meter deep cave. This National Historic Landmark was first discovered by the Osage Indians and Spanish explorers in the 1500s, but after 3 centuries of inactivity, explorer Henry T. Blow led an expedition into the cave in 1869, which was then known as Marble Cave. In the early 1880s, the Marble Cave Mining Company was established to harvest what they believed was marble on the cave ceiling. However, there was none inside the cave, so the excavations ceased. In 1889, William Lynch purchased Marble Cave and converted it into a tourist destination. The Lynch family renamed the cave as Marvel Cave and operated cave tours from 1894 to 1950. In 1950, the cave was purchased by Hugo Herschend, a name that should be familiar to a lot of theme park enthusiasts. The Herschend family renovated the cave to add concrete pathways, stairs, and most notably, a funicular that pulls guests from the cave's lowest point back to the start. And the Army Corps of Engineers actually said a cable train could not navigate the proposed path, specifically a tight turn in the journey, but the Herschends took a calculated risk and it was successful. This train still operates today, and it demonstrates that the Herschends were not afraid of groundbreaking additions, and that mindset has continued to this day with many of the revolutionary ride concepts that the Herschends have installed at their parks. Many are world's firsts or record breakers in some way. Silver Dollar City, the theme park, did not open until 1960. The Herschends believed that they needed another attraction along with Marvel Cave, so they settled on a theme park named Silver Dollar City. And in many ways, the growth of Silver Dollar City mirrored that of Knott's Berry Farm. Both parks started with a non-theme park attraction. Silver Dollar City had the cave, and Knott's Berry Farm had the famous chicken dinner restaurant. Then both built theme parks. Silver Dollar City built an 1880s themed Ozark Village, while Knott's Berry Farm built a western themed ghost town. Now this is where the paths diverge. Today, Ghost Town is just one area of Knott's Berry Farm. Meanwhile, Silver Dollar City has maintained the 1880s Ozark theme throughout the entire park. This gives Silver Dollar City a cohesive theme through the whole place. Few parks are able to do this. This is one of many things that makes Silver Dollar City special. Of course, Silver Dollar City does have separate themed areas, but they all tie back into the overarching theme. And this park's atmosphere is incredible. The thematic choice gives the park a rustic, laid-back atmosphere. While most parks have high-energy midways feeding off the kinetic energy of adjacent attractions, Silver Dollar City has a much different setup. The midways are adorned with shops, food stands, and craftsmen, exactly the ones you'd expect to find at an 1880s village. It's really neat walking past a blacksmith or a glass blowing demonstration, which actually makes you forget that you're in a theme park at several points. But the park has no shortage of rides. The difference is that almost every major attraction is on the perimeter of the park and travels out into the woods. The park is located in the heart of the Ozark Mountains, so almost every roller coaster at this park is a terrain coaster in some way. This has several advantages. The coasters often have original and unpredictable layouts with several surprise elements you cannot see coming. And the visuals are stunning. By day, you get gorgeous panoramic views of the Ozark Mountains, and then you whiz past a series of trees accentuating the ride's speed. By night, many of the coasters offer pitch black night rides, rivaled by few parks. The one downside with this design choice is that many of the rides are a royal pain to find. Silver Dollar City has a very confusing park layout. Unlike most parks that are a giant loop, Silver Dollar City is an amorphous blob in the woods with dozens of dead ends. Many of the signature rides are located at the end of a one-way path with very little signage. The most egregious examples are Wildfire and Outlaw Run. To reach both these rides, you have to pass under archways for completely different attractions. So unless you've been to the park before, I can guarantee you that you're going to get lost a few times visiting this park. This becomes even trickier if you're visiting during Moonlight Madness, one of the few times of the year when the park is open after sunset. To be true to the 1880s theme, Silver Dollar City has very little lighting. Just some lanterns along the pathways, so you have limited visibility plus a confusing layout to cope with. I do have 2 tips to counteract this. 1. Silver Dollar City is built on a hill. You enter the park atop the hill, so in general, you progress further into the park as you go downhill, and alternatively, you get closer to the main entrance as you climb uphill. Second, do not be afraid to ask the park staff for help. They know just how confusing this park's layout is, and they're more than happy to help. And Silver Dollar City's staff is among the best of any theme park. They are some of the friendliest people you'll meet anywhere. The employees always have a smile on their face, and they will bend over backwards to help guests. And they manage to be efficient at the same time. This is a difficult balance only a few parks like Disney have been able to perfect. For a major park, Silver Dollar City's wait times are usually very manageable. I have visited this park on holiday weekends and weekdays in both the summer season and Christmas event. In general, most attractions are no more than 10 to 15 minute waits. And what I think is the park's star attraction in Outlaw Run is usually a walk-on. How many parks can you say that about the top attraction? It's refreshing knowing you can come to a park like this and not have to deal with crushing crowds. There are only a handful of rides that generate significant waits most days. The 2 coasters with the longest lines are going to be Time Traveler and Powder Keg. My advice is to rope drop Time Traveler because of its proximity to the main entrance, and then run back to Powder Keg. One minor critique about Silver Dollar City is that they do have a tendency to run one train on their coasters. Because these 2 coasters hold less riders in each train, they're the most likely to back up when this occurs. The other coasters are usually station waits, even when they're running just one train. There are 2 other rides that I would prioritize early in the day if they're important to you. 1. Mystic River Falls. I just missed this ride in my 2020 summer visits, but I've heard this ride can be a tad unreliable, and it usually has the longest line in the whole park. So if it's a hot day, I may recommend actually heading here before the coasters, just to maximize your chances of riding. 2. I have seen the park's kiddie coaster, the Grand Exposition coaster, have lines longer than the big coasters. If you're a coaster enthusiast seeking this credit, it may not be a bad idea to hit it early before the line backs up in the afternoon, or you can head back at night when the kids leave. If crowds are an issue on the day you're visiting, the park does offer a Trailblazer Pass that allows you to skip the lines for the park's major attractions. Oftentimes, you board the next train, so it can be a major time saver if the park is swamped. Just know you can usually only skip the park's newest attraction once with the Trailblazer Pass. Moving through the ride lineup, Silver Dollar City prioritizes quality over quantity. The park has 7 roller coasters, which is a lot less than major parks in the United States of comparable size. But the quality more than compensates. My favorite here is Outlaw Run. This was Rocky Mountain Construction's first wooden roller coaster, and you could argue it was the world's first wooden roller coaster to successfully invert riders. I have a separate review on this coaster, but Outlaw Run is one of the best coasters in the world in my opinion. The coaster has perfect pacing, speeding through the woods over a series of intense maneuvers. I love this coaster's steep first drop, the powerful ejector airtime hills, some of which are sideways, and the copious amounts of hang time on the inversions. This coaster does everything I could possibly want while also being in a beautiful setting. Some have called this coaster rough recently. Now it does have some bumps, but I still think it's smoother than most wood coasters. I would recommend riding in a non-wheel seat though, or the front of each car if you want a smoother ride. Time Traveler is the park's newest roller coaster. Opening in 2018, this was the first Mach Extreme spinning coaster, and it was ahead of its time. The rotating seats allow you to traverse familiar elements in new orientations. While the launches on this coaster are not very powerful, the vertical drop out of the station is absolutely insane in the back row. Getting backwards or sideways sustained ejector airtime is heavenly. And this coaster also features some nice hang time on the inversions and a few additional airtime pops. I have a separate review going into more detail, but this is a unique and very re-rideable coaster. The park's original launch coaster is Powder Keg, a blast in the wilderness. This coaster originally opened as Buzzsaw Falls, a problematic water coaster, before being converted into an S&S air launch coaster for the 2005 season. Powder Keg is a blast. While the launch stats may not blow you away, this is one of the most underrated launches in the world. It packs a punch similar to an Intamin hydraulic launch. The rest of the ride is a mix of camelbacks with sustained airtime, and turns with some decent laterals or positive Gs. This is another ride I have a separate review on, but it's an underrated ride at this park. If inversions are your thing, your best bet is Wildfire, the Ballinger and Mabillard looping coaster. This ride is a massive first drop, more reminiscent of a B&M hypercoaster with its sustained airtime. The rest of the ride is glass smooth with inversions. Now, I don't find the inversions overly forceful, but the coaster is one of the best settings of any roller coaster, and it's an absolute crowd pleaser. I go into more detail also in a separate review. Thunderation was one of the final mine trains built by Arrow, and it's the fastest one they ever built. The ride starts atop a hill, and it continuously builds up speed as it carves its way down the wooded hillside. While the speed is off the charts for a mine train, the ride was rather bumpy in 2020, which held the ride back, as I discussed in my review for the ride. Fire in the Hole is an indoor attraction that's a hybrid dark ride and roller coaster. The ride takes you through a charming town being ravaged by a blazing fire. The dark ride scenes may be older, but they work well, and the ride culminates in a surprising finale. I strongly recommend the back car because the final few drops give some shocking airtime. The final coaster is the aforementioned Grand Exposition coaster. This is an off-the-shelf Zamperla kiddie coaster that will be popular for kids. And this coaster is part of the Grand Exposition section of the park. This is probably my least favorite section of the park, and honestly I rarely visit it. The section contains a majority of the park's flat rides, both spinning and swinging ones. None of the flats are standouts, but they're a great option for younger guests who aren't interested in the park's more daring coasters. This area is analogous to Dollywood's County Fair area if you're familiar with that park. Another great area for kids is Fireman's Landing. This section overlooks a pond and it features both a playground and a few smaller rides targeted for children. But there is one notable exception. The fire station is home to Firefall, an S&S double shot that blasts out of the roof of the building. While this drop tower has modest height compared to most, it offers 2 strong pops of airtime atop the tower, and the visual come out the roof is really cool. It's one of 2 flat rides I make an effort to ride each time I visit Silver Dollar City. The other flat ride I enjoy is the giant barn swing, an S&S scream and swing in a giant, you guessed it, barn. Like the other scream and swings, this one has a really short cycle, but it offers a few max swings with some really nice airtime. And this one has some nice visuals too, swinging over the hill and past a barn. In general, Silver Dollar City does not have many flat rides, but that's okay because the coaster lineup is so strong and the park excels in so many other areas. Take the water rides for example. As I mentioned earlier, I just missed Mystic River Falls, but it looks to be one of the world's best river rapids rides with that unique spinning elevator lift, the sizable final drop, and the bevy of landscaping. I look forward to riding this soaking attraction one day in the future. My favorite water ride that I have experienced at the park is the American Plunge log flume. This is a very scenic log flume with a relaxing wooded setting, some tunnels, a few statues, and a great final plunge. That final drop is quite tall and steep for an Arrow log flume, so it offers a tiny pop of airtime. Just know that this flume gets you wetter than most of the other ones out there, even if you're riding alone. The other soaking water ride is Tom and Huck's River Blast, a splash battle. This ride will drench you head to toe, but kids absolutely love the ability to blast both riders and onlookers with water guns. The park also includes a hybrid water ride and dark ride in the flooded mine. This is an old school dark ride following an escape attempt of some prisoners through a flooded mine. The size and amount of detail in each scene is very impressive, even if none of the effects or animatronics are particularly noteworthy. Plus, this is a shooting dark ride. There are a ton of targets to shoot. Most seem to work, and the ride just goes on forever. Now, the trigger and the gun can get a bit tiresome to pull, but I don't mind taking a few breaks in this one to admire the visuals because they're so good. You also have 2 walkthroughs. Grandfather's Mansion is a hybrid crooked house and funhouse with some well-themed gags. But the more notable attraction is the aforementioned Marvel Cave. This is a can't-miss attraction in Silver Dollar City. Not only is it historically important to the park and different than what you can expect to find at most theme parks, but it's just a visually impressive attraction. The guides are excellent in many ways, they're very knowledgeable and funny, and each tour takes roughly 45 to 60 minutes, so it's a really nice break midday from the thrill rides. The general cave tour is free, but they occasionally offer a paid lantern tour. It is a small upcharge, but it's really neat to experience the cave in a more authentic way on the lantern tours. The final attraction to note is the Frisco Silver Dollar Line Train, a 20-minute long train ride out into the woods. Not only does this train give some of the best views of Outlaw Run, but it also includes a humorous robbery scene mid-ride. Beyond the rides, Silver Dollar City has an acclaimed show lineup. I'm not a big show person, so I haven't seen many of them, but I've heard nothing but positives, and they're a major reason why a lot of people visit this park. Silver Dollar City is also home to some of the best food of any theme park. Not only is it good food for a theme park, but it's just amazing food in general. My favorite food item here is the sausage and potato skillets. This is a hearty and flavorful dish you rarely find. The other items I love are the park's homemade pretzels and their brisket. I have never had a bad meal at Silver Dollar City, and most are top notch. The one item I have never had due to my disdain for sweets is the park's legendary cinnamon bread. But if you have any semblance of a sweet tooth, this is a must. I'm the only person I know who can resist this item. There is never a bad day to visit Silver Dollar City, but there are 2 times in particular I would recommend visiting. For first timers, I would most recommend Moonlight Madness. This is a summer festival when the park is open until 10 p.m. These are the days each year when Silver Dollar City has their longest operating hours, so you have the ability to maximize both your overall ride time and night rides. The second time I recommend visiting is an Old Time Christmas, the park's award-winning Christmas event. I have a separate review that goes into more detail, but this event is stunningly beautiful with all the lights around the park. Plus, there is a short but charming parade and all sorts of shows. There are 2 downsides of visiting during this time of year though, that could deter first-time visitors. First, the water rides are closed for the event, understandably due to the cooler temperatures. Second, you do risk rides being closed due to those low temperatures. If the temperature is above 42 degrees, everything will operate. If the temperature drops below that, you risk some coasters being closed. The Grand Exposition Coaster, Time Traveler, Powder Keg, and Wildfire are the first 4 rides to close if the temperature drops below 40 or 42 degrees. Others close at temperatures as they approach 32 degrees. Silver Dollar City is also great on a rainy day. One of the biggest strengths of this park is its weather policy. Because of the abundance of shows in the park's location a tourist destination, they are extremely unlikely to close early due to inclement weather. Plus, they are very transparent about their rain, wind, and temperature guidelines for each attraction on their website. The only major ride that cannot operate in the rain is Powder Keg, so if precipitation is in the forecast, make sure to hit that ride immediately. Getting to Silver Dollar City can be a bit tricky. While there is an airport in Branson, it is a very small one, serviced by very few cities. Most people will need to either fly to Kansas City or St. Louis, which are roughly 3.5 hours away. But Silver Dollar City is more than worth the hassle of getting there. You can easily experience everything in a day, but I always like to spend multiple days at this park because of how much I love the atmosphere and getting re-rides on my favorite attractions. Plus, Branson has a lot of other tourist attractions worth checking out. Silver Dollar City is one of the most expensive parks to visit for a single day, costing $74 as of 2021. But you can get 2 and 3 day tickets for $94 and $104 total respectively. And if you're like me, you'll want to keep coming back anyway. One other nice perk about Silver Dollar City is that parking is actually free. This is the largest park I can think of in the United States with free parking. Silver Dollar City's sister park is Dollywood. The two parks have a lot of similarities in terms of attractions, atmosphere, and customer service. But as amazing as Dollywood is, Silver Dollar City is on a completely different level. For me, this is the flagship park of Herschend Family Entertainment, and it's a park that should be on everyone's bucket list. So if you haven't been able to tell, I wholeheartedly recommend a visit to Silver Dollar City. This is my favorite theme park outside of Disneyland or Tokyo Disneyland. The combination of the unique friendly atmosphere and top-notch rides is near unbeatable. I have relished each and every one of my visits to Silver Dollar City, and I anxiously await my next ones. So those are my thoughts on Silver Dollar City, the incredible amusement park in Branson, Missouri. Have you been to Silver Dollar City? What are your thoughts on the amusement park, whether it be the theming, rides, or anything else? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching,